I'm Sarah. I read as Sora the Intuitive for Sky Messages by Sora. I am a tarot reader who specializes in past life readings. I also teach and mentor the tarot. I have two journals, one for learning the tarot and one for more learning yourself and deepening the connection with your deck. That one's a collaboration with Killer Pancake, who makes a couple of the decks I'll be reviewing. The reason I started this channel, and specifically this series, the tarot review series, is that I really want people to be able to have a connection. I want anyone who wants to do the tarot to be able to learn it. And a lot of times people get really frustrated because the first deck that they start using, they don't really connect with. And so I'm hoping that instead of getting frustrated or spending a lot of money on decks that they then realize they don't want, people can sort of start to learn what their style is, what theme they're looking for, what kind of imagery works for them, and help people find the right decks for them. I do believe that if there is a tarot deck out there, there is an audience for it. And if there is somebody who wants to learn, then there's definitely a deck for them. So this won't have star ratings. This won't be about what's good and bad. It'll be about the details, such as the guidebook, a level that it's good for, like basic to advanced. It will be, how close it is to the Rider-Waite or the Tarot de Marseille, or the Thoth for those who prefer that. And it will just give people a look and hopefully help them start to begin their journey. Or for those of us who have been on their journey for a while, but are thinking about new decks and testing out different things, give them a preview. So there are some of the decks behind me, but if there are any you're interested in, let me know. And let's get started. For today's deck, we are looking at the Japanese deck by Misuzu Itateyama. This is the box. It is a Major Arcana only deck, so you see the box is very small. And it comes with the Japanese style guidebook, so it's completely in Japanese, which I am very, very much still a beginner at, but it does look fairly thorough. Because it is only a Major Arcana deck, I wanted to go through each of the cards just in order. So starting with the Fool, this is great because it has the vibe of the Rider-Waite deck, Fool with the mountain and the dog, but it's in this beautiful style. Interesting thing in both the guidebook and when you open it, they have the Fool at the end. This is the card that starts the Fool's journey, the Major Arcana, as he sets out. I love it because one of the things in my tradition of tarot is that we talk about how all the beginnings come from an end and all of the ends go right into a new beginning. From there we have the Magician. You can feel the power coming off him. It's so cool. There's the High Priestess. We have the Empress, the Divine Feminine, the Emperor, the Divine Masculine, and the Hierophant, also known as the Pope. In some decks, the Hierophant is all about community and, in particular, traditions. And so it's cool to see him with this beautiful scroll. The Lovers. There's the Chariot. Strength. And the Hermit. Now these cards are little shorter and a little wider than a lot of decks, so they are not the easiest to shuffle conventionally. They're a good card stock. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Here's Justice. Very good card stock. Here's the Hangman as a ninja, but just not the easiest to shuffle. That said, the way they recommend shuffling is to mix them up in front of you, and that works very well. Death is beautiful. There's Temperance. There we have the Devil. The Tower is wonderfully done. As you can see, that there is still the beginnings of a strong foundation, but where it's going down is those spots that it missed. Just the Star. Gorgeous moon card. The Sun. Judgment. So you see in the World. You see that they all fit with the themes that you're used to with the major arcana, but they have the Japanese traditions put into it as well. And this deck also comes with 2 extra cards that are really beautiful. I do pull these out if we are doing a reading. As I shuffle for a quick little reading, I like to say that the people this is good for are the ones who love Japan, Japanese artwork, people who get overwhelmed if they have full decks, but still want to have that time to take the practice. Having a deck that's only major arcana when you're doing all your readings for yourself. Do it the way they talked about. When you're just doing readings for yourself, it can be really helpful to have just the major arcana. If you're learning in particular because you want to be a tarot reader or really read at a more advanced level, major arcana only decks aren't really the way to go, but they are excellent if you are just building a practice for yourself. And if you are someone who knows the Fool's Journey really well, this is a great deck for it. Just do... It's the only thing with shuffling this way, is pulling them all up to work with them after. We're just going to do a quick 2 cards. Get an overall message for the week. Starting with Strength in Reverse. So the Strength card is about strength of character. Having this card in reverse usually means that you are wavering in a decision. Maybe you are looking to take the easy way out, or maybe you have been presented with an opportunity to make more money or to get somewhere that would be very beneficial to you, but you have to go against your morals and your values. I will always strongly urge you to go with what aligns with your morals and what is the best decision that won't keep you up at night. But we are all human, so this urge does come up. And so when we see this card like that, it is asking you what will come, what other consequences there will be if you make that decision. Here we also have the World in reverse. The World is the last card of the Fool's Journey. It is a culmination. These 2 cards together say that for a while, the easy choice, the cutting corners, will seem like the fast track. But if you are not honoring your own moral code, your own values, you'll find in the long run that cutting those corners is kind of like that foundation on the tower. It looks good for a while, but nothing's going to hold it up if you missed that spot and you didn't reinforce it. So in the long run, it will keep you from getting where you're going. So this is the back. This is a shorter video than usual, but that happens with the decks that are Major Arcana only. This is not my only Major Arcana deck that I love. There are others out there. They aren't decks I usually read with because I like to have all 78, but they are really gorgeous and do really get to the point. If you're looking for a quick message and you want like real answers, one of these decks is the way to go. Have a great week.